Hi guys, it's Amy with Aim to Plan, and I am here with another redating video, part 2. This is all about setting up a personal planner for 2023. So I have talked in previous videos about my thoughts on setting up for 2023. I do love daily planning and have plans to still try to use that, but I'm also reconsidering just because I am pregnant and will have my baby in December. And so moving into 2023, I'll have 2 kids, a full-time job, lots of things happening. And so I thought it would be a good idea just to at least have a plan B where I have a weekly planner set up to be fully functional and just be ready. But you can see here that what I decided to do was, instead of like purchasing a planner, I'm going to be redating some old planners that I have. What I decided to do was go through my stash and pull out basically all of my dashboard planner pages that are not like a full month. And so like, just to kind of show you what this looks like. So I have pages from like all sorts of like random planners, but all of these planners are like kind of mixed up. You can see here the dates are all mixed up, and when you put them all together, like you can see it right there, that was like 3 weeks of that set. And then here is another 1, 2, 3 weeks of that set, and it goes like that all the way through. So when I try to destash or like, you know, put together planners for my friends, I like to give them 5 full weeks of weekly pages. And so these are all kind of like the leftover pages from all of my dashboard planners that I have left. So of course I have Super Mom, so those are the first couple of pages, and then I have some wrong seasonal planners in here. And then I have, let's see, there's like this, I can't remember the name of it, but it was really lovely, like farmhouse vibe, right? And then there is, here's another farmhouse, more of the farmhouse, right? Then there's the social type, right? So it's just, again, it's okay, it looks like mostly social type. And then I have a couple of undated planners here at the end, and then I do have some pages of the caregiver. Now all that to say, I did pretty much like pull enough, and I did try to count up the weeks. To me it feels like it's about a full year's worth. If I need to, I can just, you know, sit out a week. I still have the plan to do daily planning, so, you know, I don't always have to use this, but I just thought it would be nice to go ahead and have a place to like pen to paper functionally write down all of my events and task lists, just because I don't know in terms of time how much I'll be able to devote to decorative planning and just daily planning in general. So I have these pages already set. Again, I think it's about a year's worth of pages, just like from the feel of it. And I decided to also print out some stickers. This is printed out just on my regular copier, my regular printer, on sticker paper, and so it's a full-size sheet of stickers. And I decided to print out all of the months, and I'll show you all the rest of the pages, but all of the months, all of the years, and then all of the dates and days of the week. And again, because it's a dashboard layout, this is the way I kind of printed it out, but I'll show you in more detail for all of it. And so what I did for printing out the months, I basically did like the December/January one, and then included 4 weeks of each of the months. So it will be like the combo of the previous month and the current month, and then 4 weeks of just the month itself, and then the combo of the next month. And the only exception to that is February, because February always pretty much has 4 weeks, and so I only did 3 of February, and then of course March, and then again 4, and it just goes like that all the way through. So I have a full sheet of that. I did print this. This one I actually did well for the first go round, and I printed it so that way the lettering, the font size is about 1/2 inch, and so that actually printed out pretty well the first time around. And I kept the same font and the same size for these numbers, and I printed out quite a bit, and I still have room, you can see here. And so I probably should have just filled the entire page, but I printed out 2023 as well. And then here I printed out all 365 days and then some. Like I did 2023 December 31st ends on Sunday, so that works out. But I also printed out like the first week, or like the last week of December, that goes with January 1st, which is a Sunday, starting in 2023. And so it's all the dates for the entire year. So what I ended up doing for this was opening up Excel, and I can show you in a separate video if you really want to be able to do it, but just to kind of talk you through how I did it, I pretty much started with 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, and 31. I went ahead and wrote that into one single column, and then for the next month I put 1 and 2. I highlighted both 1 and 2, those two cells, and then dragged down the little bar at the very bottom right corner to 31, and that would be the months for, or like the dates for January. And so that was January 31st, and I pretty much started over with putting 1 and 2, selecting those two cells together, and then dragging the little box in the bottom right corner to get to 28 for February. And I just did that over and over again, so for the 12 months. Now I know, again, because like I was starting here with December 26th, I went ahead and put that was going to be Monday, December 26th, and then Tuesday in the next column, column B essentially. And so I put Monday and Tuesday, and then I took those two, highlighted those two cells, and then I just dragged the box in the bottom right hand corner all the way down until it like basically ended with December 31st. All right, and then what I did at that point was just kind of played with the sizes. I wanted the numbers to be a little bit bigger than the words, and then I wanted the numbers to stand out, so I used the same font as I did for these numbers, and then just kept the day of the week in like Arial font. And so I did have to print this out a couple of times to be able to get it to like the right size that I wanted, but I did want the word to be about 1/4 of an inch. And so again, I played with it a little bit just to be able to get to that. And once I played with it a little bit, or changed the size in Excel, I then copied the two columns, just like highlighted column A and column B at the very top of the sheet, and if you hit column A and column B and just hit Control C, or just copy it, I then opened it up into a Word document and had this set up to where it's a 4-column page, and I just copied or like pasted over everything, and it worked out just fine where it's like 4 columns, as you can see here, and it's all set up. Now, I know I just explained that like verbally, and it's kind of hard if you're like especially a visual person to be able to understand what I did. So if you want a separate video, just let me know and I can do that. But what I'm gonna do is actually just go ahead and upload these 3 documents, actually 2 documents, this and this, for you. So it'll just be a free thing. I printed it out, as you can see, on like sticker paper, and I did use my X-Acto knife to cut out like at least the first month of like dates that I will need to redate. But yeah, if you just want to have access to this, feel free to download it. I'll include that in the description so that way you can have access to it. But also, if you want a separate video, you want to change the fonts or whatever, feel free to let me know that, and I'll record a separate video for that. But I've got what I needed cut. I just kind of did it on my own time as I was like sitting around just kind of like chilling with Sophia. And what I'm gonna do is kind of go through, and I think I'm going to try to like mix it up and pick up a couple of pages that make sense for the month. Actually, no, I don't know. Maybe I should just go all the way through and not even worry about it. The one thing that I do have in here, like, so the Supermom pages are not, they're not seasonal in any way, but I do have a set of seasonal pages in here, and I do want the seasonal elements to kind of stay where they need to be, and so I don't want to have like a January, or like have like, I don't know, like summary pages with like December or something like that. Hopefully that makes sense. And so I'm going to pull this out and just kind of prioritize the fact that I have these pages, these seasonal pages, and I don't want them to be mixed up. And so again, like these are August and September, and like this feels very summery to me, so I would not want that to be in the front. But this one is January. This one is also January, right? But also I feel like that would be okay at a different point in time as well. So this one is June. Again, that feels very summery to me. And then this is October, right? See, and that's like very fall like. All right, so maybe this is not the plan. All right, I think I'll just set that to the side. All right, I'm just gonna pick a month here. I'm only going to redate the first month. Again, like I have been enjoying the process of redating here, and so I am just like taking my time with it, but I did want to at least show you how I did this, and just kind of get you set up and get you some of the tools that you will need. So for redating this, it is like a dashboard planner. So basically I have to replace this, and then replace all the dates and days of the week here, and that's kind of my plan for today. And so I'm going to start off, I'm actually thinking, should I go ahead and put the date like right in the middle, like where it's set up, or if I should put it to the left hand side. And I actually think I prefer it on the left hand side, like how it is like right here, and on the far right for the year. And so that's, I think, what I'm gonna do. And so I'm gonna use the whiteout to white out this part of it. All right, this planner will get very bulky at the very top if I redate the entire thing, but I'm okay with that. I mean, it just has to be what it has to be, right? And so I'm gonna start here with this December, January. Again, I did all of the cutting beforehand. It was just one of those things that I could just sit and relax and just kind of do it on my own time. So I'm going to stick that into this corner right here. Okay, and then 2023, we'll go into this corner. I'm trying to line it up with the line here, you can see that, but it doesn't have to be perfect either. Okay, just like that. I don't worry about it like being crooked or anything like that. It just has to get laid down, you know. And again, I cut this to be like at least 1/4 of an inch, or I wanted the words to be about 1/4 of an inch, so that way I could cover this without having to like white it out. All right, and so we're just gonna redate the first month here. All right, now I'm gonna do the first week and just do the talk through as you can see, but I'm going to speed through the rest of the month. And just like the previous video, I'm just gonna put a timer so you can kind of see how long this takes me. And you know, like, just go ahead and like estimate how much time that will include for you. Of course, like, this includes like some printing out and some X-Acto knife work and things like that. So all that type of stuff I'm not counting here. This is just counting like the redating of the planner, right? So yeah, I have finished the first week, as you can see here. And now moving into the next couple of weeks, we'll speed it up. Okay, so just like I said, I don't think it takes that long to be able to redate. I only did 1 month, which had a couple of extra weeks just because of the beginning of the new planner. I forgot to mention that I'm only planning to be doing the weekly pages for this planner, and so I pretty much just ignore the currently pages and the monthly pages, and it'll just be one continuous weekly planner. But this is the setup. I do need to put it on discs too, and I'll redate the rest of the planner just off camera on my own time, but it's all set up and I think it looks really nice. Right, so again, I just ignore that. I'll probably just either tape it together or just kind of pull it together. So I did try to make it straight, but some of them are not that straight, but that's totally okay, right? And that ends that week, right? And so that's kind of where we'll pick up with that. And again, I used these dates, if I can get everything, the dates, all like the whole year's worth, as well as the months and these years that I printed out myself. If you're interested in getting this stuff, I'm going to post the link to that so you can download it as a PDF. And again, I just printed it on sticker paper and used my X-Acto knife to trim it out. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to my channel, and until the next video, bye guys.